Hi, I'm Tim, welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the FP Journe Tourbillon Souverain Boutique Edition. You can see and you can purchase this red gold boutique edition FP Journe Tourbillon on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full sales listing for this watch with additional accessories included in the sale, high resolution images that don't include my wrist, and of course complete pricing details for this FP Journe Tourbillon Souverain Boutique Edition. Now, it's a boutique edition because the black dial and red gold combination is exclusive to FP Journe boutiques and Espace. We're able to offer this one pre-owned, and you can see in its glory one of the most desirable versions of a watch that has been renowned for over a decade. Now, the original version of this watch debuted in 2004, and it immediately won the Aiguille d'Or at the Grand Prix of High Horology in Geneva, an award winner from the first. You can see the watch's enduring appeal in its beauty and the complexity of its mechanics. Let's start with the case. The case is 40.5 millimeters across any diagonal, not including the crown or the lugs. Moreover, it's reasonably thin for what it is. Given the complexity beneath, the watch's thickness of only 10 millimeters is laudable, and it wears thinner than that thanks to the domed bezel that allows a dress cuff or a tight sleeve to easily ramp up and over its flanks. Now, from lug to lug, the watch measures 48.2 millimeters, meaning it'll wear well on a larger wrist. It'll look proportionally appropriate, but it won't overwhelm a smaller wrist like mine. 16 centimeters is my wrist. I feel down to 14 centimeters, perhaps 14.5 if your wrist is more round than oval. You should be able to wear this watch with a good appearance of proportion and solid security. Now, the watch has a nice weight to it. The case is substantial. It also has substantial character. As you can see, the strong case bands that sweep horizontally from lug to lug, formed by the attachment of the case back and the bezel to the center case section. The strap is a semi-gloss, small-scale alligator leather. It's unbolstered, it features a monotone stitch and folded edges, and a classical, easily adjusted FP Journe 18-karat rose gold pin buckle for rapid adjustment, and conforming spring bars which trace the arc of the case result in a very coherent look, minimizing the daylight that shows through. You can see the watch is all of high polish, but it's not ostentatious. The high polish of the red gold contrasting with the matte finish of the black. The golden gilt style printing is highly attractive and appropriate, as you can see straight through to the 18-karat rose gold main plate below the tourbillon carriage. The watch has approximately a 42-hour power reserve, and you can see as you wind the watch, the power reserve hand actually advances towards zero. So what you're actually looking at on the indicateur reserve de marche is an indication of how many hours since you last wound the watch, not the power remaining. A quirk of modern Journes. What's particularly interesting about the watch is that as the power reserve degrades, the watch will, in its last 12 to 16 hours of power reserve, convert from a relatively power-intensive deadbeat seconds operation on the constant seconds dial at 6 o'clock to a constant seconds composed of fractional seconds. This is a means of saving power, but also a reminder to the owner that if you're not watching the power reserve, it's nevertheless time to rewind your watch. Elsewhere on the dial, you can see many of Journe's signatures, including the visible screws, once controversial when he started as a manufacturer in his own right in the late 90s. Today it's widely hailed and even more widely copied, Journe being influential but also a trailblazer in every respect. Aesthetically and mechanically, the watch is a success, featuring the polished white gold frame for the tourbillon, small seconds, and hours and minutes at right. There's also a beautiful clou de paris guilloche below the hands at center dial, with highly stylized Arabic numerals outboard and the beautiful biomorphic blue Journe hands atop. Now, when you look at the tourbillon cage, you can see it's a highly filigree style. That is, the wires appear to hold the tourbillon cage together rather than stouter looking structural members like the beautifully rounded and black polished tourbillon bridge. The tourbillon cage itself is beautifully gossamer delicate, impeccably finished. It allows an unobstructed view of the Breguet overcoil hairspring at center and the remainder of the escapement and balance. Now, of course, the balance, in addition to featuring the overcoil and tourbillon operation for superb resistance to gravitationally or positionally induced timing deviation, is also free-sprung with variable inertia balance bolts on the balance itself, such that it can take and hold very precise regulation. Now, on the reverse side of the case, you can see the remontoir assembly that allows the balance and the tourbillon cage to receive constant force throughout much of the power reserve of the caliber 1403. 26 joules, but spectacular in its use of 18-karat rose gold for bridges and plates. This is a movement that is comprised of the exact same material used to fabricate the case. It's stunning, it's richly textured, and there's a beautiful contrast between the black polish of the remontoir bridge, the beautiful grained silver of the crown and ratchet wheel, the rich rose gold of the plates, and the violet of the pivot jewels. It's a feast for the eyes, as emotionally appealing as it is to the intellect. You can see and you can purchase this FP Journe Tourbillon Souverain Boutique Edition on our website.